everybody, it's Bagel from Bean and Bagel. My husband and I are a married couple from the Midwest, and typically we post food reviews on our channel once or twice a week, but as you can see, I am solo again today, and this is because I am doing a salad battle video, and Bean isn't the biggest salad fan in the world. He will eat, your very typical ordinary American salads, but as far as the fancier salads, those aren't really his thing. So I'm going to do this solo today, but I wanted to do our local chain, which is Crisp and Green, against the national chain of Sweetgreen. So Crisp and Green started here in Minnesota, and they have about 20 locations. They've expanded to about 7 states now, versus the big guy, which is Sweetgreen. And Sweetgreen has over 900 locations. They started in Washington, D.C., and they were kind of on the coast, but recently they expanded to the Midwest. So I wanted to do this battle video and kind of compare the local chain versus the big, more national one. So the salad that I picked out for today is actually a chicken Caesar salad. And normally I'm not the biggest Caesar salad kind of a girl, but I wanted to pick something that both of these had on their menus that were really similar. And these are super, super similar on each one. So they both have kale, romaine, roasted chicken, tomatoes, Parmesan cheese, Parmesan crisps, and Caesar dressing. But the Crisp and Green one also has sunflower seeds, and then it has a squeeze of lemon. Whereas on the Sweetgreen one, it has a squeeze of lime juice. So slightly different, but pretty much the same. So without further ado, let's try both of these guys. So here I go. Okay, I'm back. I tried both of them, and there's a few different criteria that I'm going to be looking at to kind of compare the two. So the first criteria is the price. So the advantage here would go to Sweetgreen. Sweetgreen's was $11.45, whereas the one from Crisp and Green was actually a whole $1.10 more at $12.55. So advantage to Sweetgreen there. Secondly, talk about the portion a little bit here. So this is the one from Sweetgreen. So it's got a pretty deep bowl, and then it's huge. It's like very wide around. It's like bigger than my head. So really huge portion. I also noticed there was a lot more tomatoes in this one. So it's just a lot more of the salad greens and also the tomatoes. One from Crisp and Green is still like a really nice deep bowl. It just isn't as big around as the other one. So yeah, I think for portion wise, I would give the advantage to Sweetgreen. As far as quality and freshness, I think both of these are really, really fresh. I felt like all the ingredients were high quality, so I felt like they were pretty evenly matched there. And then lastly, the last thing I'm looking at is the taste. So for this one, I again had to give a slight advantage to Sweetgreen when I looked at a few different components here. So starting with the dressing. The dressing on the Sweetgreen one is like a traditional Caesar, very like salty and lemony kind of a dressing. And the one on the Crisp and Green one, well, it still tasted good. I did get like a slight undertone of like, it was kind of weird, like almost like a tropical flavor, like a tropical fruit. So while it tasted fine on the salad itself, when I tasted it on its own before I put it on the salad, I did pick up on that a little bit. So dressing wise, I think Sweetgreen had an advantage. A couple other things on the Parmesan crisps, they both are really good. I think on the Sweetgreen one, there's just like a super like pungent, like intense Parmesan taste to the Parmesan crisp. Whereas the one from Crisp and Green, I actually, in a way, I kind of like it better because it's almost like a nuttier flavor. And, the sunflower seeds on there also add a little nuttiness. So I do really like that. So again, it's really hard, but when it comes down to it, I think the main thing that tips me more into Sweetgreen is the chicken on it, the roasted chicken. So this chicken is just a tiny bit more tender. It's a little bit more moist than the crisp and green one. So I feel like that is kind of what tipped the scales for me. And then one other thing, and this is kind of probably more of a preference thing, but on this Sweetgreen one, you can see like how finely their kale is chopped. And on this crisp and green one, you have kind of big pieces of kale. And let's face it, you know, kale is not the most pleasant thing to get like a big huge glob of in your mouth. And so I think it's nice that Sweetgreen has chopped this up nice and fine, so you can kind of trick yourself a little bit into eating that kale and you don't notice it quite as much. So for all those reasons, I have to give the taste points to Sweetgreen. So congratulations, Sweetgreen, you are the winner of the salad battle today. So that is all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day, whatever you're doing, and we will see you in the next video. Bye!